Go in this first half. Big Sky's premier rivalry, just 2 games on this Monday. Over the hill, Idaho State taking on Montana State. These two teams chasing Weber State. The Grizzlies been on the march ever since losing to the Wildcats to begin their Big Sky season. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. The only blemish coming at home to Northern Colorado, a game where they had a double-figure lead. So Montana feeling good about where they're at because they've had to re-identify themselves multiple times throughout the course of this season, from November early on trying to find the role for Monty Williams to then in December when Monty Williams took over and the Grizzlies went on a 5-game winning streak. Then he was hurt and Grizzlies again had to go back to the well. And Coach DeCuire and his staff have done a good job of doing that, and this team has a much different identity than teams of the past. They can score, and they can score in bunches. Defense maybe not quite up to the numbers that we're used to here in Missoula, but Grizzlies are certainly riding the wave right now with the 30th most experienced roster in college basketball. Underneath Dyson Kohler, he's bumped and fouled. And first free throws of the night will be shot by Weber State. The foul is whistled against Jordan Williams, playing in his 91st career game. Of course, coming over from Santa Clara, he had 7 points and 5 rebounds when these two met for the first time. Missed the game against Northern Arizona. Bit of a scare with his knee after tearing his ACL back in 2021. Didn't play last year for the Broncos. Now over in Missoula, and a valuable piece as the Grizzlies have proven that they are 8, sometimes 9 deep. As second free throw rattles out. These two teams both in the top 20 in the country in free throw percentage, both at 77% on the season. Laluoki will feed it to Deshaun Thomas. Had the size mismatch. He was double teamed, and a bump and a foul. This one whistled against Vartiainen. Second foul against the Wildcats. The foul on Williams on the other end was the first against the Grizzlies. As Anan Moody's brief seat on the bench is over. He played 36 minutes on Saturday. Both of these teams, again, depth you would think would be a factor in this one. Weber playing their 3rd game in 5 days and having to come on the road for this one after their last 2 at home. And for the Grizzlies, they're in the middle of a 4-game and 8-day stretch. They'll head to Portland on Thursday, then take on Sacramento State on Saturday. Shot clock under 10. Grizzlies lead by 6, haven't scored in over 3 minutes. Up top is Thomas, his 3 offline. Rebounded by 3, pushes tempo for the Wildcats. Back the other direction. Middle of the floor, high dribble for 3. Whips it over to Dylan Jones. Jones through traffic, over in the corner. Vartiainen will have a shot fake, has a brief opening. Second effort won't go. Thomas flies in for the rebound. Neither team has made a shot in over 3 minutes. The Grizz have missed 5 in a row. The Wildcats have missed 10 of their last 11. Laluoki trying to change that around. Gets to the middle of the floor and airmails a floater. Dylan Jones back the other direction for Weber State. Coming up on the midway mark here in the first half. 3, had a brief opening. Thought better of it. Over to the left side of the floor, Dylan Jones. He'll take the left wing 3 and bury it. Second made 3 for the Wildcats. Dylan Jones truly can do it all. That is his 22nd made 3-pointer of the year. It's been 4 straight games where Jones has not been the leading scorer for Weber State. Grizz will try and counter. Their lead trimmed down to 3. Whitney will try and throw it in the post. Nearly a turnover. It was tipped. Anan Moody grabs it in the backcourt, and the Grizz with 7 seconds left to operate. Moody's eyes get wide, got caught in midair, and Laluoki wasn't looking for it. Will go down as a turnover. Dylan Jones the other way. Grizz get back in transition. 3 with an open look, lines up the 3 and misses it off the heel. Thomas with his 3rd rebound, and Coach DeCuire is going to take a timeout. Is not liking what he's seeing from a flow standpoint for these Grizzlies. We've been fortunate this year to have so many offensive runs that when you have a lull like this, it certainly is glaring. Coach DeCuire is going to take his timeout nearly halfway into this first half. The Grizz lead 14-11. Check the scoreboard. Lady Grizz taking out some frustration, leading Weber State 75-49. That game with 5 minutes left to go. Get a look at that Montana huddle. Team that is so used to winning at home, they have lost 2 home games already this year. Talk about both of these teams wanting to get back to the winner's circle. There it is. Neither team has won a title in 4 years. For the Wildcats, It's been 7 years. That's the first time since the late 80s and 1990 that has happened. Montana State, Eastern Washington has certainly gotten the mix the last couple of seasons. And that includes a regular season title or a tournament title. Both of these teams picked at the top of the preseason poll, but it's been Eastern Washington that has risen to the top here through the first couple of weeks of Big Sky play. Out of the timeout, Coach DeCuire draws it up, and Brandon Whitney gets the bucket. That ends a nearly 5-minute drought for the Grizzlies, as they lead by 5 again at 16-11. Dylan Jones will go to work. Lane opens up. He gets bumped. Count it, plus the foul. And Jones will try and complete the three-point play. The foul whistled against Deshaun Thomas. Jones gets that first step. It is game over. Thomas knew it right away. We don't have enough time to talk about all the accolades that Dylan Jones has racked up in his career. It's been just mighty impressive as his free throw is off the mark. He's an 84% free throw shooter. The only player in Big Sky history with 1,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 300 assists, and 150 steals. 12-time Big Sky Player of the Week and the preseason MVP. 16-13, Grizzlies have the basketball. Shot clock already under 10. Deshaun Thomas guarded by Dyson Kohler. One-on-one, Thomas tried to muscle it up. The shot was missed. Might go down as a turnover, as it was great defense by Kohler. Grizzle insert Tajon Sawyer at the next dead ball. Wildcats with a 3 can tie it. Vartianen might be the man to do it. He'll drive instead and lose the basketball. Laluoki comes away with it over to Anan Moody. Grizz lead by 3. Whitney sees an opening. Lane opened up, and he traveled. 5 turnovers committed by Montana. The Grizzlies, the best assist-to-turnover ratio in the league, and Brandon Whitney, the #1 assist-to-turnover ratio in the Big Sky Conference. Montana had that 14-0 run. But since then, it's been tough sledding. They missed 6 of the last 7 with 4 turnovers mixed in. Jones down low to Tamba, and a bump and a foul. This one whistled against Sawyer. It will be his first. Pushing foul. It was on the floor. Just over 8 minutes left to go in the first half. Grizzlies holding on to that 3-point lead, 16-13. 5 Grizzlies out there: Vasquez, Knapp, Moody, Sawyer, and Brandon Whitney. Steven Verplanken has been extremely quiet, no points yet. Works his way in the paint, keeps his pivot foot, throws outside to Jones. Possession saved for the time being as Kohler will give it over to Vartiainen. Now Tamba only averages 9 minutes per game, but he's played a ton here in this first half. Verplanken a step back 3, missed it, offensive rebound. Tamba couldn't get the roll. It hung on the front iron forever, volleyballed around. Another chance for Weber State on the regather, and Jones able to take it in, plus the foul, and he'll have a chance to tie up the game when we come back. 7:41 to go in the first half. It's a slugfest early, and the Wildcats climbing back into this one. We'll be back to Missoula in a moment. This is Montana Grizzly basketball from their field and on ESPN+.